Hi, everybody. Oh, wait, I forgot to hide the marker. Darn it. All right. So close to perfect. All right, everybody. Welcome to today's stream. We have an awesome group of stories today. A very good group of stories, in fact. However, I have to let you know that I must sign off at 4:25 p.m. Why? Because I got to listen into the Disney financial call about their second quarter. See if there are any announcements, what's going on. So I have to log on a little bit early. It starts at 4:30, but I have to get on there right beforehand. But that gives us still 20 minutes for fun. So quickly, before I get to the three stories, and then if we have time for an Ask Me Anything portion of the show, where is everybody streaming from? I love our traditions. I am doing well, Pablo. Thank you very much for asking. It's getting a little warm though. It's starting to get hot outside in New York City. I'm gonna have to switch to summer shirts. Cedric is in bed in France. Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you for the kind comments about my hair. I dyed it myself this weekend, so I'm glad it worked out. Nathan is in Waterford, Ireland. Love it where it's rainy. Tabitha is in northern South Carolina. Let's see here. Juan is in LA and awaiting the Disney earnings as well. Max is watching from Leeds, England. Nacho is in Mexico City. I love it. Mika's in space like Tom Cruise. Let's see here. Renee is in stormy North Carolina as well, so it really is raining there, boy. Darren Lim is grading programs in New York. Let's see here. Computer Man says he will be having Mexican food for dinner in Atlanta. That sounds delightful. Samir is in Hong Kong, starting his fast, interestingly enough, in contrast. Mai is in Buenos Aires. Evan is drinking coffee in Ohio. Harry is in Cambridge, UK. Waffles just made it. Lloyd Lester is at home and prepping for dinner in Virginia. Let's see here. Juan is in his 50th quarantine day. That's a lot of days in quarantine. I'm probably up there too, though. Let's see here. Pablo is looking for movies to watch in Argentina. Jico is making cauliflower rice for dinner. I like cauliflower rice. That stuff's pretty good. And yes, Evan Moore says, Happy Cinco de Mayo to all. All right, everybody, so let's get to today's three stories, and then if we have time, you can ask me anything you'd like at the end of the stream. All right, so let me highlight the first story. 1 second. Boop. All right, so Tom Cruise is going to space. That crazy guy. So it was announced yesterday that Tom Cruise wants to film an entire film in space. And who's going to help him? Who else but Elon Musk, right? Who has, of course, his own space company. Everybody keeps saying they're going to send real people and just like civilians into space, and nobody's actually really doing it. I would not want to do it. I'd certainly not be one of the first. But Tom Cruise loves to risk his life for our amusement. He, of course, does it famously with the Mission Impossible films. My favorite Tom Cruise story is that for the helicopter sequence in Fallout, he had to learn to fly a helicopter because there could be nobody else in there with him. So he had not only learned to fly it himself, but he had to fly it like he was in distress. And there was a camera that was already just automatically recording in there with him. So, hey, Justin, so he also had to act while he was the pilot. That seems nuts to me. And I also have told you about that story. Matt Damon was recounting it, that Tom Cruise was like, yeah, my stunt coordinator wouldn't let me do that, so I got a new stunt coordinator. And, you know, so far he did break his ankle, which really delayed Fallout. I hope that's the worst thing that happens to him. But he wants to go to space, and Elon Musk will help him. And in the process, help himself. I don't think Elon Musk is going with him, by the way. I think he's just going to maybe press the launch button. Right? With holding his baby in one arm. Now, I have a couple thoughts on this. On one hand, the Mission Impossible movies are doing quite well. I feel this is an unnecessary risk for Tom Cruise, unless he feels someone else is going to do it, and so he wants to be like in the Guinness Book of World Records or something. I just feel like it's not necessary. He's already doing amazing stuff, and he's doing quite well. It's not like he needs something to get people interested in Tom Cruise again. Then also, you know, I don't really trust Elon Musk. I don't think Elon Musk is the best person to be involved with right now. And Elon Musk has a pretty shady track record. You know, he tried to get involved with solar energy, and that didn't turn out very well. That's who said that. Mika, you're right. I don't know who's going to insure it. Probably nobody. Lisa, no studio is currently signed on to do this. This is just a project that Elon Musk and Tom Cruise are developing. My guess is that Elon Musk talked Tom Cruise into this. I've heard through the grapevine that Tom Cruise is a very nice person, but unfortunately he's very sheltered and a little bit gullible. So I think Elon Musk cornered him and talked him into it, and I bet you that Tom Cruise decides ultimately not to do it because he's uninsurable, and I think someone else will. I'm sure if the people of Scientology, because he's their biggest star, if the people who run Scientology tell you not to do something, you definitely shouldn't do it. And I'm sure they'll be like, don't do it. Lloyd's like, evolve or die. Yeah, but you got to make sure that there's like, not, don't actually die. I don't think that you're supposed to take that statement literally. I also feel that he can't go far enough into space to get really cool shots. It's just going to look like the sky at night. Then the other thing that I don't understand is that it's not like they can't get really believable space scenes right now. It's not like, oh, you're going to be able to tell it was shot in space. You're going to be like, you could do that on a green screen and it would be just as believable. I probably couldn't tell the difference between the two movies. So I don't understand why you would do it. The movie lover says, how are they going to light it? Well, he's not going to literally be floating in space, I don't believe. He's going to be like, it's just going to be no gravity and he's going to be like in a SpaceX ship. I mean, I don't understand the point. I mean, it's not like this is something, as I said, it's not like they can't get this kind of, setting the way they have it. So, I mean, technology has become wonderful in movies. They can even make me feel believably that something's all underwater. So, I don't get it. And that would be safer at least. So let's just see. Maybe it'll be a short film. But I would strongly advise Tom Cruise against it. I mean, I'd be like, did you see what Elon Musk named his kid? I would not do it. And especially if Elon Musk won't go with you. I'd be like, you're coming, right, Elon? And as soon as Elon says, no, I'm not, he should say, well, then I'm not going either. All right. Mark says he's been developing a film with Doug Liman set on the moon. I wonder if this is it. Well, no, I don't think he's going to leave the space thing. If he did, that'd be even crazier. I'd be like, you're not actually going to go outside, are you? I don't know. That's just nuts. Didn't specify. All right, so that's the first story of the day. Let me move to the second story. I got to put the marker. Oh, darn it. I need a different program. All right, so Extraction 2. Extraction 2 is happening. So here's the thing. So it was announced yesterday that Netflix and Joe Russo have made a deal to make another film, another Extraction. Now, I don't know if this is a legit deal or not. I think they're working very hard to make people still watch this and keep it relevant. Like a couple of days before, they were like, 90 million people are gonna watch this in the next 4 weeks. And you're like, oh, okay. And then the next day, they're like, and we're making a sequel. So you better, I told you before, this is a tried and true practice in Hollywood. They go, we're making a sequel, so you better watch the first one if you want to not be hopelessly behind. So that makes sense. But then sometimes when this film still doesn't do well, they still don't. They just never. The sequel never comes about. Stefano, for instance, says, "I still haven't gotten to Extraction. My parents haven't watched it yet. Neither has Drago, New York City. Who has not watched Extraction? Say if you've not watched Extraction yet." As the movie lover pointed out, that's right. It's not even 2 weeks yet to movie lover. It's only been 1 week basically. So I'm wondering, okay, I think you guys are a little bit behind, so I have to wait for you to catch up. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of people who have not seen it. Don't worry, I'm not going to give any spoilers. Wow, yikes. I can now understand these headlines. All right, so they said we're going to make a sequel. Now, this is where things got interesting. They were like, it might be a prequel, or it could be a sequel. Hey, Bri Pyatt. Which I'm like, a sequel? So that's really interesting. I think obviously they want to have Chris Hemsworth return as Tyler Rake, who they're trying to make as big a name as John Wick. But I'm like, the John Wick movies are called John Wick. Not, so you should have, instead of calling it Extraction, maybe you should have called it Tyler Rake. Although Extraction is a very cool name. And I guess in every movie, you could have his character trying to extract someone from a different part of the globe. I want it to be globe hopping. John Wick also hops the globe, but very quickly. It's like, I think having each movie in one place could be really cool. And I think that even if it doesn't do as well as maybe Netflix is hoping, it doesn't seem like that expensive a film, quite frankly. And I think having the connection to the MCU with the Russo brothers, Sam Hargrave, who did stunts on Marvel movies, now being a director, and Chris Hemsworth, I think it's a nice connection for Netflix to have. So even if it doesn't get quite to where they're saying it's going to get, I'd still move forward with this, quite frankly. And, Chris Hemsworth doesn't get a lot of other work, so I think he'd want to do it too. I want a little bit of a better story, and I want a lot more action. A lot more action. They had a lot of action already, but I want even more. I want wall-to-wall action like John Wick. But who here would be interested in another Extraction, and where would you like it to take place? It's funny for me to ask you this, if you haven't even seen the first one, most of you. But what do you think? Oh, Pyromatic Idiot says, let's go to China. That's funny. That's a good idea. Cedric, I love the actress, the Iranian actress who I said would be a good Mystique. It would be wonderful to have her there. Dancing Dog, I actually have 10 minutes. I have to get off here at 4:25. Lloyd's like, choose a different filter maybe. Oh, Brazil. I think Brazil's good, Jake. Jake, that's a good choice. Meg says Amsterdam. Oh, Lauren, I think Nigeria is pretty cool too. Although, I think I would want something that looked very visually different. Oh, I like that Aaliyah says, I nominate my country Egypt. That's very nice. Richard, Chris Hemsworth does need to do Thor 4 first, but, well, let's see. When will Thor 4 be ready to film? And this seems to me like it's pretty easy to get done. I think a South American location is pretty good. Although, Daniel, Antarctica with some snow could be cool too. Although, it might be hard to fight in this little snowsuit. All right, so they're going to make another one. And I think it's probably going to happen. Although Max wins with On the Moon with Tom Cruise. That's great. Chris Hemsworth's like, I'm not going to the moon. All right, so that's the second story of the day. Now let me go to the third story. Hold on. Now, the third story of the day, really quick. Some of you were like, hey, Grace, you got to talk about the new Nick Fury show that they're bringing to Disney+. How desperate is Disney Plus for new content? Well, they're repurposing a Marvel YouTube series made for little children as a new Disney Plus show. And they passed it off as like something new, which I thought was kind of silly. So it's basically called The Fury Files, and it was made for YouTube, and it uses animation and motion comics. It doesn't use anything from the movies. And it's really, as I said, made for little kids. Samuel L. Jackson doesn't do the voice. So, you're not going to really get like an in-depth introduction to any characters. But I think, it's cute to put it on there. Something, it's more, but I would say that it's more like, it's more babysitter content, right? Like, hey kid, you like Marvel? Why don't you click on this for like an hour? So I just tweeted out the link to you can watch all of them on YouTube right now. And YouTube is free, so it's not like people are like they're behind a paywall. All right, so anyway, let's talk about a new show that Disney Plus is getting, which you can only watch on Disney Plus, and it's for adults. Karen, I'm not making it up. You can't make that up. That's funny. So one of you sent me this story that was announced today, and I thought it was a great story. I'm happy to be able to include it here. Now, National Geographic was making themselves a miniseries, The Right Stuff. Yes, they're telling that story yet again. We'll get to that in a moment. But Nat Geo was like, oh, we're going to do this miniseries called The Right Stuff. It's 8 episodes. It stars Patrick Adams from Suits, who I actually think is incredibly well cast on a show like this. And they were going to air it on National Geographic. But Disney Plus was like, yoink! There's a National Geographic section on our streaming service, and we desperately need new adult content. So they're like, I forgot when it starts. Let me look and see where it starts really fast. Hold on. Hold on. When will it start? Let me find out if I can see it. I don't see a start date. Just obviously. So that's great. But anyway, all right. So it's but this is where I got interested in, because I like the way they described the show. So they were like, the astronauts training, which was highly documented publicly, which we all know now. They said it was America's first reality show, and I like that. And they said ambitious astronauts compete to become instant celebrities in a competition that could kill them, or make them immortal. And I'm like, that's a fantastic log line. I would totally watch that show for that alone. And I hope that it has that kind of spin to it. Because, of course, the question was, who's going to get to go to be the first man on the moon? Now, this has been revisited a lot lately, right? We just had For All Mankind on Apple TV, which was a fake version of this, where Russia was leading the space race. And nobody watched that, because nobody watches Apple TV, unfortunately. I know some friends who are trying to watch Defending Jacob, and they're like, give me all the episodes. It's so frustrating. I have to wait every freaking week to watch this thing. Then, First Man recently told the same story with Ryan Gosling. Hidden Figures told it from the different perspective of the African-American women who were doing the actual math. Great movie. And then, of course, there's the actual movie, The Right Stuff, which everybody should watch. And in fact, Carol Danvers, when she crash-landed into Blockbuster, what movie did she pick up off the shelf but The Right Stuff? That was a fabulous call-out. So this story's been told a ridiculous number of times already. So, and also, we've seen a ton of space stuff with like Apollo 13 and all those other movies. So it's not exactly a fresh subject matter. But I like this more aggressive hook to it. I like the reality show Instagram kind of hook. And also, because we need new content, well, it depends on when this comes out, I would, and also you want to feel you're getting the most out of your Disney Plus subscription. So I'll try it. Mika, you keep asking me. I don't know if it's TV mature or not. I don't know. All right, so it's 4:21. We have 4 minutes of Ask Me Anything. Let me get rid of the marker so you can tell what we're doing. 4 minutes. Richard says, I've lost interest in Defending Jacob because of the weekly release. It's so stupid. It's like they killed that show. Killed it. Max says, I'm praying that WandaVision makes its 2020 release date. Yeah, I'm nervous about it. I don't think it's going to happen. Chico, there's no news about New Mutants. I suspect it might be announced on the call, the earnings call, so we'll see. Glenn, if you want to listen to the Disney earnings, it's just a call. You can't watch anything. It's on the Disney investor site. Evan, I thought the Space Force trailer, I was going to react to it, but I have a real problem getting my sleep schedule right, and so I got up way late today, and I missed it. I'm very upset with myself. I got to get up on time tomorrow for Mortal Kombat. That's good. It'll make sure I get up on time. But I thought it was weak. Surprisingly weak. Maybe it's just a bad trailer? Happy birthday, Jake Chandler! Lauren, there's a new Transformers movie because every studio needs a franchise. Franchises. And Paramount's a pretty darn good Transformers is a good franchise for Paramount, so they're going to keep it going. Rashad, there's a Mortal Kombat video game trailer tomorrow for some kind of, it looks like a story extension of the game. Mika, I might watch Arkansas tonight. Let's see how late I'm working on, maybe I will. Thank you for reminding me. Because tomorrow is my food delivery day, and it cuts my day short, which is frustrating. You guys are all so sweet to say happy birthday to Jake. Bryplot says, you talked me into uploading. That trailer was not intriguing. It's excellent. Exactly. Exactly. Nacho, I don't think I'm going to review Mrs. Americana because nobody's watching it. Because again, it's on a weird streaming service. It's weekly. Just like Defending Jacob. But Defending Jacob stars Chris Evans. Although I have to say, some of you tweeted me this story. Kate Blanchett, as Juan just pointed out, is starring in Borderlands, where she's going to play a superpowered character. I'm so happy for her. I think it's awesome she does these kind of things. She was in Cinderella as the evil stepmother. She, of course, was Hela in Thor Ragnarok. So I'm glad that she just keeps going, even though sometimes, she's amazing on Mrs. Americana. She gives incredible nuance to a character that could be made into a caricature. But she's not getting any credit for it. Maybe during awards season. You have 1 minute. Brypot, there are companies that make trailers. It's a job. There's trailer houses. Dancing Dog, I don't think Hela's dead. She can't be. She's the goddess of death, so she can come back. Yogi74, I don't know what I would pick as a comic event. There are so many. Mika, I haven't heard anything about HBO Max screeners. I'm going to reach out to them. this week. I get the press releases. They're buying a lot of shows. Computer Man says favorite color to wear, black. I love to wear black. I'm trying to wear more color, but I really love to wear black. There's a Last of Us 2 trailer tomorrow as well. Oh, 2 video game trailers the same day. Maybe I will. I don't know. Do I really want to get into that toxic swamp that already has swallowed up The Last of Us 2? I don't know. Let me see. Oh, yeah. It's time for the Disney thing. All right. Everybody, have a lovely rest of your day, and I will be covering the Disney report no matter what, and so we'll see what's in it. All right. Bye. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye. Oh, thanks, Lauren.